I'm curious how you. So I've been intrigued with Bitcoin for a long time and cryptocurrency, but like, how do you see it being a part of a wealth strategy for a family?
If I'm a betting man, I just think it's indicative of the fact there's so much liquidity out there right now, and it's really like the greater fool's theory. I just think that people are buying because they hope it goes up, and someone else buys it at a higher price. But I don't see there's any like real utility. Like, I don't know personally, do any of you guys use Bitcoin in your daily life besides for trading? Corey, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, we view it as like purely speculative, so it's not part of our investment strategy, because at the end of the day, like, you can't use it to pay for something. It doesn't really have an economical value to it. And yeah, if somebody's not going to buy it for a higher price for you, then you're kind of out of luck. It doesn't pay a dividend. So we're getting more and more clients who are interested in it, which doesn't surprise me. And especially as now there's ETFs where it's available. You can buy it in just regular brokerage houses. It's now going to be available in 401ks. Like, more and more people are wanting to get into it, and it's making it more accessible, which has been making the price go up. But at a certain point, I mean, unless this does become a usable currency or a viable token, until then it's not something that we're utilizing.
Well, I'll say two things. First off, if our clients want to buy it, and I love my clients, you're probably getting near the top. And number two, look, Beanie Babies went to zero or worthless now. Tulips are worthless now. So yeah, what's your hot take? Would you buy crypto right now? Do you like crypto?
I would be happy.
Go to zero.
I would be happy to sell them the chips in the compute space. Yeah.
There you go. Right.
I started looking at Bitcoin around the same time I was looking at NVIDIA. I had it, from 2017, briefly, again, sold too early, but
we're just bitter is what the real story is here.
Right. No, but I'm, I try not to criticize everyone, but I don't think you should have 80% of your net worth in a speculative asset like that.
Yeah, Chris says more like 75 personally.
75, okay.
Yeah.
There's a guy down in South Jersey somewhere, and he had made like millions on crypto, and somebody hacked his account.
Oh.
Lost it all. It was everything he had.
It's not good.
So, I mean, it's just goes to show you. I mean, it's not regulated. That's another problem. Anybody can get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more of a destructor of wealth than a creator.
I think that's right. Yeah. I'll tell you one of the most interesting things happening in cryptocurrency right now that is one of, I think, extraordinarily important for the United States, but a huge risk to our banking system is US dollar stablecoins. So
yes.
With the most recent act, which is funnily named the Stable Act, the Genius Act.
The Genius
Act. And it's for stable coins, the Stable Genius.
Will be the most ironic act of all time, but yes.
Yeah. It'll cause, I think, a huge amount of US dollars to pour into US dollars from around the world, because you can imagine you're in Venezuela or Turkey or anywhere that has high inflation. Would you rather own, US dollar coins or your local currency? The risk, though, is that, eventually if you're able to receive interest on those positions, and there's other ways you can get it, why would you open a bank account at all? A savings account.
Yeah.
And if you pull all the liquidity out of the banking system, what happens to the tier 1 capital ratios?
Yes.
And what happens to these banks' ability to make loans? So it's a potential risk for bank investors to think like
I think it's a good point, but right now you're not allowed to earn interest on stablecoins, correct?
True.
Which also makes it another reason, like, why the hell would you own a stablecoin, right? Like, if I'm not getting interest, I don't get points or anything else, all the other benefits you get through, like, the proper banking system. I think it's kind of like Circle is a great example of that. I guess they keep all the interest for themselves right now, but I don't know. I just feel like unless that happens, is there really wide adoption going to happen with these stablecoins?
I think there are ways that they can create incentives that is not interest, that sort of feels like interest.
Like a free baby beanie.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Beanie baby. I can't say it right.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's some very smart, very wealthy people who are working on these issues. And I think one of the most beautiful things about capitalism is people end up finding a way. But it's the only reason why you can't pay interest right now is just lobbyists.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
right.
There's no other reason.
Well, because they're essentially backed by treasuries, right? Which are all paying like 4% right now, and you're not.
So all the stablecoin companies are making the interest right now, and they want to give it to the people, and the government.
Do they? Yeah.
They want,
it's a fair question.
Yeah.